Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast. Almost forgot the name of this podcast for a second there. Maybe because I'm just excited. This is Dynamite, December 13th, 2023. Taz, Tony, Excalibur on commentary. And winter is coming, and it came indeed. This show was ice cold in a good way. We're in Arlington, Texas. You know, big week in Texas, especially for this Friday final battle, Ring of Honor. It's going to be a good one, and I'm contemplating of watching it. So let's start it off. We started off with Samoa Joe, and he says, "Hey, Texas, I'm Samoa Joe." You know, I love that. I love that. I don't know why it gave me tingles, but Joe starting the show just felt right. And he's like, "Hey, I got a lot of speculation. I got some digging and hunting to do. Who attacked MJF? And there's a broken beer bottle. Who drinks beer? Cowboys." So he calls out Hangman Adam Page. I'm like, okay, that's, you know, because Hangman and MJF had some altercation, you know, in the back and stuff like that. But I just like the fact he goes, "I saw a beer bottle. It's got to be a cowboy." And we only have one cowboy in AEW. His name is Hangman Adam Page. Roderick Strong with the Kingdom come out. Samoa! Roderick's telling him, like, "Hey, I know who did it. It's MJF. MJF is the fucking devil." You know, he's telling them all, like, "Yo, that's who it is." And then he keeps getting in the way of Hangman Adam Page. Like, he pushes, like, "Hey, man, by proxy, me and Joe are friends. We're gonna talk here, okay? Get it back in the line." And then Hangman Adam Page just lays one into Roderick Strong. Samoa Joe leaves, and we have Hangman Adam Page versus Roderick Strong with the Kingdom on the outside. Whew, one hell of a match. You know, and I like the fact that Roderick Strong brought up, "Yo, Joe, you were once my young boy." And I was like, oh, deep cuts. But this match was fun. Hangman Adam Page for the win. You know, I do think Roderick Strong needs to lose the neck brace. I'm glad we at least lost the wheelchair. The wheelchair thing was fun for a while. I like the whole Adam, or everyone's name now, Samoa, you know, Hangman, you know. I really do, but I think Roderick Strong deserves just a little bit more. He has had some entertaining stuff, and I think it kind of, like, he's been doing the best he could, you know, ever since Adam's out for a little bit. So Hangman Adam Page gets the win. We go to the Continental Classic Blue League, crossing over. This is why I get confused by colors. But Andrade El Idolo takes on Brody King, and fuck. I was like, Brody King got this, man. There's no, oh shit, Andrade El Idolo won? Oh, one. This was a slugfest, as a good old JR would say. Stomping mud holes and all, man. Andrade got the win over Brody King, and it was beautiful. Like, this whole night, I know we had the stamp of winter is coming for this show. Felt like a good pay-per-view, good TV and whatnot. So this was a great match, and I can't wait to see where Andrade goes next. Renee's backstage with the Von Erichs because they made a big deal about it, remember? They're like, "The Von Erichs are coming, the winter's coming." And they're only here for like 30 seconds. But they're going to team up on Rampage with Orange Cassidy, you know, because Orange and Trent and Danhausen come in. And he's like, "Hey, you know, I need some help." And Trent and Danhausen's like, "Wait a minute, what? There's two of us? No, we have to have the Von Erichs come and help." So the Von Erichs are going to be on Rampage. And I was like, oh, you made a big deal about them being on this show. But okay. The Golden Jets come out. Well, Kenny and Chris Jericho. They call out Ricky and Bill. They are pissed. You know, Jericho has that little mechanical thingy on his arm. Well, it's a brace, you know. But man, this got a little heated, man. And they send the challenge out to Ricky Starks and Big Bill for the tag team championships at World's End, and they accepted. And I'm talking about, man, like, they got some stingers. They even mentioned Enzo Amore. I was like, whoa. But the difference is, I think Kitty says, he goes, the difference is like, Enzo at least hyped Big Bill. You know, you don't. You just take all the spotlight for yourself. And I was like, Ooh, but I like Ricky coming back, like, okay, you know what? And it was just a nice jab back and forth. If you want to watch something fun, like some good promos stuff, just jabs at each other, this was a great one to watch. The Golden Jets, and it's funny as Kenny Omega called them the Winnipeg Jets for a bit, and he's like, oh, no, Golden Jets. So at World's End, we got a big tag team match as Ricky Starks and Big Bill take on the Golden Jets. I'm excited. Are you? Riho versus Ruby Soho. Timeless Tony Storm on commentary. Oh, so perfect. Luther, her butler, is on a break for this evening. But, Riho got the win over Ruby, because Riho is coming after Timeless Tony Storm. And we're going to get Riho versus Timeless Tony Storm at World's End for the Women's AEW Championship. I say bring it on. I'm loving this Tony Storm. And I think Riho is going to be a good match. It's going to be a great match. That Tony knows how to build a good pay-per-view. And I think this is a top bill match as well. Wardlow package, don't care. Continental Classic, Gold League, Roosh versus Jay Lethal. Oh, so good. God damn, but I feel so sad for Jay Lethal. Even his homies came out. They're like, he's like, God, get away from me. Lost all these in a row, and I'm just like, don't do my boy dirty like that. I'm happy Roosh won. I was pissed last week when John Moxley beat Roosh. I was like, fuck that, man. Roosh needs to go to the top. The tippy top, because him, Brody King, and Swerve Strickland are my top 3 picks out of this whole fucking thing. But Roosh got the win. Poor Jay Lethal, he's his hands are on his head, and he's like, and his homies are like, we're trying, we gotta hype him up. But no, Jay Lethal's not having it whatsoever. We have a Swerve and Mox package coming up. Well, it came up. Why am I saying it didn't come up? Continental Classic Gold League, Jay White versus Mark Briscoe. I already knew Mark Briscoe wasn't going to win this match. Jay White got the win. He's moving up. He's got the points. He's going to take out everybody he can and everything like that. So Jay White, bang, bang, gang. And he says he's on a roll, in which he is. And this was a great match because it was hard hitting. And like I said, this whole pay-per-view is like, oh, man, every match was like, oh, smile on my face, bigger smile on my face, looking like the fucking Joker in here. But we have the Blackpool Combat Club versus FTR Mark Briscoe at Final Battle in homage and respect, paying tribute to the one and only Jay Briscoe. This is the match that makes me be like, okay, if this is going to be on the Watch Ring of Honor app and everything, if I have to exclusively see this without paying for the app, and then I want to see this match. I think this is going to be special. I think it's going to be balls to the wall, and it's going to be for Jay, and I want that. I need that in my life. And next up, the main event, Continental Classic Gold League match, Swerve Strickland versus John Moxley. They smooching each other. One smooch from John, one smooch from Swerve, and I was like, oh, hey, grab the baby oil if we want to. But, but I'm mad. I'm very mad. This was a good match. But fucking John Moxley won. Now he's up to 12 points, and I'm just like, Swerve is 9, and I'm just like, I get it, Tony. You love John. But man, this hurt me in the pee-pee. like a kick in my pee-pee. I was like, come on, Swerve. And then when he got that stomp on the outside with the chair spot with John, I was like, oh, this has to be it. Then he gets that second Swerve. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. Then 1, 2, then it was a fucking roll-up. Swerve Strickland's shoulders was not even down. John Moxley's got tights in his hands, and it's just like, and the ref didn't see it. It was 1, 2, 3, and John gets the win, and I'm just like, I was pissed. I really was pissed. Like, this was because I was like, I get it. It's John. He's indestructible, or he's whatever. He bleeds. Now he bleeds AEW. He's a for-lifer, and I got to keep John happy, Tony says, and I don't know. Tell me what you thought of this. I was very upset about this booking choice. I want to see some new meat, new blood going to the top of AEW. It just seems like John Moxley is is every time he goes back to the well, he's like, oh man, I got all these, or to the toy box, I got all these great toys, you know. He's like, here's Swerve, here's Roosh, oh, my favorite toy. Throws it over his shoulder, Tony does it. He grabs John Moxley, he's like, yeah, this is my favorite. And I was like, I could see it. It's like Bryan Danielson. When Bryan Danielson lost to Andrade, I was like, oh, okay. So your favorites can lose. Okay, cool. So I am pulling hard for Swerve Strickland on this Dynamite, right? Right? Wrong. So John Moxley got the win. Yeah. The Devil's Men and the Devil giving the orders to attack Hangman Adam Page, and they put his ass through a car windshield, and that's how we end the show. Who is the devil? Who really attacked MJF? We know it's the Devil's Men. So it's one of those things, like, it's all a mystery. I give this show, even though I'm pissed off with the main event, I give this show a solid 5 out of 5. Winter is coming. Winter has came in my face. Wow, that sounded dirty. All right, y'all. That was Dynamite, December 13th, 2023. Taz, Tony, Excalibur on commentary. We're in Arlington, Texas. We got Rampage next, and it's going to be exciting to see the Von Erichs in the ring. So, all right, y'all. That's it. That's all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with a bum down at Walmart. And remember, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet nWp logo. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Texas, my name is Samoa Joe.